couple of tips for you all around there. You may get the opportunity for some awesome photos. So please have those cameras out and at ready. Now we suggest putting them in some kind of sport shutter setting because those animals will be moving and we will be moving too. Now friends, this is very important. Do hold on tightly to all personal belongings, for I am not permitted to stop and retrieve anything that might fall out of my truck this afternoon. Now this does include children, so parents hang on to your children, and children please hang on to your parents. Now friends, you'll notice there is an animal spotting guide above your heads, and feel free to use that this afternoon. We may or may not spot some of these animals. We may spot some animals that aren't on the spotting guide. Don't worry, I'll do my best to point them out to you and give you a couple of facts about each one. Now it looks like we are getting the all clear to enter the reserve, so Twende means let's go. Now we are entering the Little Ituri Forest. Forest being the key word, there are lots of trees and shrubs here, and these animals have excellent camouflage.
Don't touch that. I had it on sport.
Maybe lurking in the shadows. Looks like to the right-hand side, all the way in the back, you might be able to catch a glimpse of the okapi. Now he's pretty well hidden back there. Now you might notice if you see them that they do have black and white stripes on the hind legs. However, they are not related to the zebra. Instead, they are the only known living relative of the giraffe. Now this becomes much more apparent when we look at the shape of their skulls as well as their long prehensile tongues. Now friends, a lot of the animals here in the Little Ituri Forest are very shy and they do prefer to be in hiding. Now they can be anywhere out here, so keep a sharp eye out. We may see some lurking in the brush. Now friends, to the left-hand side of us, there is a black rhino lying against that wall there. Now sadly, black rhinos are currently being poached for their horns. Now this is because some cultures believe they have a medicinal value, but it's been discovered that their horns are made out of keratin, which is the same protein found in your own hair and fingernails. So they're really being poached for no reason. And this is very sad for them because there are less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the whole world. Now off in the distance, you may spot those rust-colored animals straight ahead of us, and they'll soon be on our left-hand side. Those are bongos. Now the bongos are also called the ghosts of the forest because they are actually rarely seen and rarely heard. They are very shy and they do prefer to be in hiding. Now that tan animal you see in there is a greater kudu. Now that greater kudu is a female. We know this because she does not have horns like the males do. Those greater kudu stand at about 55 inches tall at the shoulder. Now we are leaving the Little Ituri Forest and entering the Safi River. Now this is home to animals that live either in or around the water, so we might get lucky and spot some hippos up ahead. Looks like there's a hippo right on the bank there to the right-hand side. Now hippos will actually spend most of their day submerged under the water, and this is to escape the heat of the sun. Now sometimes when it's cooler out, they'll come out of the water and they'll graze along the banks like this one is doing. Now it looks like there are some more hippos to the left-hand side of us here. Now hippos can actually stay submerged under the water for up to 8 minutes without needing to come up for air. Now these pelicans you see on this island here are pink-backed pelicans. And they get their name from the pink coloration that appears on their backs during mating season. Now they are highly social birds and they'll live in colonies between 20 and 500 pairs. Now keep an eye out on the left-hand side. You may see some more hippos as we turn around this curve here. Now to the left-hand side here, you'll spot the Nile crocodile. Now the Nile crocodile is the largest crocodilian species in Africa, reaching lengths of up to 16 feet and weighing over 500 pounds. Now you may have seen that crocodile on the bank with its mouth open. They're actually doing this to help regulate their body temperature. Now by doing this, it helps them stay cool. Very similar to how a dog panting will help it stay cool. Now friends, take a look at this tree to your right-hand side. This is a baobab tree. It's also called the tree of life, as well as the upside-down tree. And that's because it looks as if those branches should be the tree's roots. Now to conserve water, this tree will only hold leaves for about 3 months out of the year. So the other 9 months, it looks exactly like that. And we'll see some more baobab trees on our journey through the reserve today. Now my friends, this is the best view on the reserve. This is the savannah. Now the savannah is home to many different species of animals, and they each play a very special role here. Elephants will act like the bulldozers and they'll bulldoze trees down to get the leaves from the top. Giraffes act as the pruners and keep the undersides of these trees looking nice and neat. And other animals like antelope will come in and keep the grasses mowed, and they all work together to keep the savannah looking just like this.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. See the hyenas in the rock? See them all sleeping?
Now to the left-hand side in this den here, you'll see the African wild dogs. They're also called painted dogs because of those colorations on their coats. Now the painted dogs are actually the most successful hunters on the savannah. This is because when they hunt together as a pack, and they can run their prey to exhaustion. Now also to the left-hand side, you'll see the sable antelope. Now these are the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and you'll notice that their horns are curved backwards. They use this as a deterrent to keep predators like lions from jumping on their backs while they're being hunted. Now throughout our journey on the savannah this afternoon, you'll spot these tall orange structures, like this one coming up on the left-hand side. These are termite mounds. Now they're made of a collection of soil, saliva, and even dung. And when out in the sun all day, they bake into a really hard concrete-like structure. And different animals on the savannah will use them as scratching posts. Now friends, coming up on the right hand side in this cluster of palm trees here, you'll see the Ankole cattle. Now they are the only domesticated species on the reserve. They're also called the Watusi cattle after the Watusi tribe that domesticated them. Now those horns can grow up to 6 feet long, and they act like the animal's own personal AC unit. So blood will run up through their horns and release any excess body heat that they may have. Now that herd of gray animals that you see next to them are white-bearded wildebeest. They have one of the largest migration patterns in the world. Up to 1.5 million wildebeest will migrate together, travel anywhere between 500 and 1,000 miles in a year. Now also to the right-hand side within the grass here, you'll see the Patterson's eland. Now the eland is the largest of the antelopes, and males can reach heights of up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Now it looks like we have found the Tower of Giraffes to the left-hand side here. Now giraffes are the tallest animals, reaching heights between 18 and 20 feet tall, and at birth they
Yeah, make sure it's focused in, John.
Oh, I see a small giraffe.
What about the big one?
Now it looks
Yeah.